5 every morning. So for 8 days, it's really pretty tough. But I mean, I kind of like because it's not as hot out.
Playing football, I like playing football, so I'm always ready no matter what time it is.
Even 6 a.m.
Even 6 a.m.
These kids will be happy when school starts so they can sleep a little later. Our WHOI 2000 football tour takes us to Lexington tonight. The Minutemen coming off great back-to-back seasons, and they will be back for more success in 2000.
The senior class at Lexington High has known nothing but football success the past few years. Lexington reached the state's Final Four 2 years ago, the state's Final 8 last year. The seniors hope there's more great football this fall.
We've been to the playoffs all 3 years we've been here, and we want to do that again. We got a lot of tradition here and want to keep it going.
Lexington returns their quarterback, their top running backs, top wide receivers, but it's all on the line this year for Lexington. If these big linemen develop, the Minutemen should have another great season.
We lost a lot of quality guys last year, Wagner, Leak, Holman, and those big spots we have to fill, and that's what we're going to work on. Coach prepares us really well. We'll be ready.
You guys got a lot of skill players back, but it's all up to the line.
Yeah, we're going to have to work extra hard this year and driving out. We lost some big guys. We don't have quite the size we had last year, but we should be doing all right.
If Lexington coach Don Tanny can develop some good linemen, Lexington should again be one of the top small schools in the entire state of Illinois.
And tonight the tour stops at Peoria and Notre Dame. Tomorrow it's over to Bloomington.
4 hours away in Lexington. They're counting the minutes. And for the first time in a while, the Minutemen will be counting on the pass. 25 Sports' Mark Strauss has more.
Nathan Cotter quarterbacked Lexington to the Class A quarterfinals last year. So when he heard that Don Tanny might make a little extra room in his playbook for the pass, he was excited.
Well, you know, I played quarterback last year, and I was the quarterback, so, you know, I always wanted that last year.
But when the Minutemen opened camp, Nathan learned he wouldn't be throwing the ball more. He'll be catching it.
I think it makes it easier for me because I'm used to trying to read defenses, and now I'm out there being the guy, so I know where Mitch is going to want me to be and where it's going to be easiest for him to get me the ball because I know where I always wanted guys to be at myself.
I think our passing game is a part of our offense that people are going to need to respect, and that we do have an outstanding all-conference receiver back this year, and we need to take advantage of that.
A starting receiver that used to be the team's quarterback, a guard that used to be its starting tight end, and a running game that will occasionally defer to the pass. There's a transition going on here at Lexington, but the one thing that probably won't change is the part about winning.
Yeah, we've made a few big changes on the team, but we're all comfortable with that. We're really starting to mesh together now, and we're really starting to become a team.
The Minutemen are convinced they're going back to the playoffs. It's just that this year, they're taking a different route. In Lexington, Mark Strauss, 25 Sports.
The Minutemen open at Flanagan tomorrow night. We'll have
You come out here and the drums start beating, and I mean, the excitement just, it's unbearable. I mean, you can't think of anything else. You get your adrenaline going.
The whole day, it's awesome. Putting on the purple jersey and coming to school, and then coming out here on the Friday nights when the whole town's out here, it's a blast.
Our power for a couple of hours, so we scrambled to put 27 ball. Tonight, 6 games in the Mid-State. We've got highlights of all 6. Let's start with the big showdown. State-ranked Lexington at Flanagan. Like a Flanagan Falcon will fly in to check out this ball game. Lexington and Flanagan, all kinds of signs. Let's see, they made a little poem here. Friday Night Football is here to stay, and we love Jim Matson in every way. Hey, I appreciate that. Very nice, very nice. And Lexington, boy, they were awesome. Nathan Barnard running hard up the middle, picking up good yards. Barnard had a huge game. Then on defense, watch Elliott Sedgwick's going to come up with the quarterback sack. Sedgwick doing the job on defense. He got him down. Then back on offense, it's the punt return. It's going to be Nathan Barnard picking up the punt return. He's such a nifty runner. Watch right here as he kind of takes his time, but picks up great yards, picks up some blocks. Eric Bird in front of him helping out in the blocking. It's like one of the Tanny boys over there doing some blocking. That was a Cotter over there doing some blocking. How about the blockers? How about Adam Miller, Elliott Sedgwick, Jeff Nichols, Philip McCardle, Andy Schneider. They're the big boys up front for Lexington. They did the job. Miller, Sedgwick, Nichols, McCardle, Schneider. I hope I didn't leave any of them out. But those guys up front doing the job, setting up Eric Bird here for the nice game. Then they're going to set up Nathan Barnard for the touchdown. Barnard had a huge game. Boy, Lexington really, really impressive. Watch Nathan score the touchdown, and then he's going to leap in the arms of one of those big linemen, Andy Schneider. Touchdown, Minutemen.
Nathan Barnard, your ball carrier. He's in for another Lexington touchdown.
Excuse me here. Flanagan did have some nice highlights. Andy Goring, the pretty pass to Tim Harms for a few yards. Then it's going to be Andy Goring to Andy Goring to Andy Jones. A lot of Andys. That picks up a Flanagan first down, but this one's all Lexington. Minutemen win it 41-12. We fly into Woodland now for the DMAC Week 2. We begin in the Triple Cities, in the Twin Cities, with triple games. A triple hitter at Hancock Stadium, including our HOI Game of the Week. The 3-ranked team, Lexington, wins again tonight. They get the touchdown run right here by Nathan Barnard from 12 yards away. He goes untouched into the end zone. Later, it's Nathan from 13 yards out. He's got the ball coming around the end. He'll get the corner. He'll get the end zone. Pontiac gets the win, 47-0. Fieldcrest at Chenoa tonight, and Chenoa's going to get the win in this one. Justin Dempsey on the nice kickoff return right here for the Redbirds, and Chenoa's goes to 2-0 with a victory tonight. Redbirds win it 27-13. The big upset tonight, Ridgeview knocks off El Paso. Yeah, El Paso quarterback Scott Reed here, 19 yards to Jeff Wall. But El Paso, ranked 4th in the state, cannot keep up with Ridgeview. Chase Simpson, the big run right here. And how about the Mustangs? Big win for Ridgeview. They win it 12-6. Ridgeview. Flanagan at Hayworth. After losing last week, Flanagan bounces back thanks to their defense. The quarterback sacked by the Falcons. Nick Dunham in on the sack. The Falcons are winners tonight. Big, 31-6. Two big mid-state games on Route 9. They're both routes on Route 9. First, DMAC is a 50-0 winner. Nick Howland gets the ball and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Later, it's going to be Nick Howland gets the ball again, gets another score. DMAC gets a 50-0 win. They're 2-0. Tremont is 2-0 as well as they knock off Tri-Point. Rob Williams running hard right here, picks up good yards. Then it's going to be Tremont's freshman quarterback, Rob Wicks. Rob Wicks up top to a wide open Jared Litherland for the score. Tremont's 2-0. The Turks are winners tonight, 32-14. The Olympia Spartans looking to go 2-0. Olympia at home tonight versus Seneca. First time they get the ball, they march the season, which means it's the week in Bloomington Normal. Inner city triple hitter. We've got all the highlights from Hancock Stadium, including the big rivalry games in the Middle Illini Conference. It's the first week of conference games. We've got all the highlights of all 4 big games, including Metamora at home versus Morton. We've got highlights of Manual and Pontiac at Peoria Stadium. Of course, all your small school highlights. A big, big night in the Mid-State Conference. And you bet, we've got the helicopter all over the heart of Illinois. All your high school highlights coming up. Sit back and enjoy in the next 30 minutes. Hello, Heart of Illinois. Welcome to HOI Sports Rewind. Thanks. But James is doing it with right here to Pontiac. They've got a great football rivalry. They got a great basketball rivalry. Last year, Manual won at Pontiac. What would happen tonight at Peoria Stadium? Let's check out the highlights. I think Pontiac had revenge on their minds tonight. They just played power football. Kevin Watson powers in for the touchdown. The Pontiac offensive linemen celebrate. Pontiac just dominated in this game. They're doing it with offense. They're doing it with defense. Watch Drew Peterson, the big stick ride there. Gets a whole lot of help from some other Indians. They're doing it with special teams. Watch Jake Cunningham coming up here with a nice punt return. Cunningham breaking to the right side, nearly breaks it all the way for Pontiac. Pontiac's main weapon in the backfield is Santos Gonzalez. He's running hard on this sweep play. Manual fell behind in this game, 33-0. The Rams played a little better after that. They get a nice run coming up here by Dorian Taylor. Watch their big horse Dorian right here. Gets the handoff, breaks a couple of tackles to the line of scrimmage, and then he turns the speed on. The big boy running down the sidelines for good yards. But Pontiac's defense in control. Aaron Vogt, the big hit right here, and the quarterback sack. And Pontiac gets the win. Boy, good win for the Indians. They beat 3 and number 4 ranked teams. Those would be Lexington and El Paso. Let's check in with Jerry right now.
Thanks, Jim. We'll take you on a trip around the Mid-State Conference. We'll begin our highlights with the Lexington Minutemen. Tonight, Lexington facing Streeter Woodland. State-ranked Lexington looked great last week. They looked great again tonight. Their defense was awesome once again. They dropped the back for a 1-yard loss. Chris Coffey with the initial hit right there. Then it's Elliott Sedgwick with the sack, whipping down the Streeter Woodland quarterback. Sedgwick with the sack. And then on the quarterback draw, it's Nathan Barnard, and Sedgwick once again stuffing the run for very little gain right there. Now, on special teams, Barnard with the big punt return right here. He picks up some great yardage deep into Woodland territory. Then it's Barnard one play later. He's the only guy touching the ball, and he's into the end zone. The 12-yard touchdown run. It was very, very quickly 7-0 Lexington. Then on the muff punt on Woodland's next possession, Andy Schneider is right there to cover it up, but one play later after the muff punt, it's Barnard again, the touchdown run. It was 47-0 at halftime. It was a running clock in the second half, and it ends 47-0. Lexington pitches a shutout. The Minutemen, impressive winners over Streeter Woodland tonight.
Metamora 3-0. The Minutemen way too much for Gridley. Nathan Barnard running behind the block of Mitch Cotter right there. Cotter gets him a block. Nathan gets a touchdown. Later, it's Barnard following fullback Evan McNamara to the end zone. Lexington's 3-0. They're winners tonight, 41-8 Minutemen. Chenoa at El Paso. Terrific game tonight. El Paso. It's week 3 of the high school football season. We've got highlights coming from all over the state, from Champaign to Chillicothe, from Cuba to Piper City. We've got all the big Middle Illini Conference games, 3 big games in Bloomington Normal, and of course all the small school highlights. They're all coming right at you in the next 30 minutes on HOI Sports Rewind. Hello, Heart of Illinois. Welcome to HOI Sports Rewind. In the next 30 minutes, we'll take you all over the heart of Illinois to show you the best high school football games. Our game of the week is Washington versus Morton. We'll get to that one in a minute, but we start with the favorite in the Middle Illini Conference. We start with the Metamora Redbirds. Metamora, they're now looking to go 3-0. Lexington's ranked 3rd in the state, and they are 3-0 after a big win tonight at Gridley. That's where we begin our Mid-State Conference highlights. Here come the boys in purple. The Lexington Minutemen racing on the field, and they ran all over the place once they got on the field. Nathan Barnard here with a long run down the field, get some good blocking up front from those Minutemen linemen. A nice run right there. Then Barnard again, this time at about a 15-yard run right up the gut again for a nice gain. That's going to set up, guess who? Nathan Barnard for the touchdown. Running outside this time, picks up some nice blocks, takes his time, cuts back, and he's into the end zone for a Lexington score. On defense, Chris Coffey's having a big year for the boys in purple. Here on the screen pass, Coffey's right there, stands his ground, makes the textbook tackle. That's good coaching, good tackle right there by Chris. Then back on offense, Nathan Barnard's going to take it in again, running behind the nice block right there from McNamara. He's into the end zone. Lexington's a winner, 41-8. The Minutemen win it. One of the best games of the night. Chenoa at 3-0 Normal West. The Wildcats score first. Jake Stewart, the quarterback sneak. It was 7 Zip Cats, but Bloomington came back through 6. A big win for Morton. At Dunlap, the Lexington goes to 4-0. The Minutemen winners tonight over Tri-Point. Nathan Barnard had 3 touchdowns, the 4-yard touchdown run right here. Meanwhile, the Lexington defense been tough all year. Elliott Sedgwick, the fumble-causing hit, 41-6. Lexington is a winner. The touchdown there for Sedgwick. Chenoa's Josh Lane.
High school football rewind. Now here's Jeff Matson.
What a perfect Friday night for football. It was football weather and football excitement all over the heart of Illinois. We've got all your highlights, including our HOI Game of the Week, undefeated Bloomington at undefeated Normal West. In the Middle Illini Conference, Metamora hosting Canton. We've got all your Middle Illini highlights. In the Mid-State 6, the defending champs, Manual, get a big test at Pekin. And, of course, we've got all your small school highlights. Sit back and enjoy. In the next 30 minutes, the highlights are coming right at you. They're coming right at you. Watch out. Hey, Heart of Illinois. Down here, Washington Minutemen looking for their 4th straight win. Our Jerry Warfield checked out that game and 3 others. Here's Jerry checking in with the Mid-State Conference report.
Well, Jim, a busy night in the Mid-State Conference. We'll begin our highlights with the Lexington Minutemen, the state-ranked Minutemen, taking on Tri-Point tonight. The Minutemen all fired up as they storm the field, looking to go 4-0 tonight. Let's hear what Don Tanny had to say to his Minutemen just before kickoff.
A year ago, we put the ball on the ground, and we had stupid penalties. Eliminate that stuff. Let's move the ball right off the bat. Good start. Fast start. 2 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
The Minutemen looking good on their opening drive. They marched the ball right downfield, thanks in part to some great running by Nathan Barnard. He skips up the middle for a 5-yard gain, then 5 more yards on the sweep. Yet another good pickup by Barnard. Barnard getting some great blocking from his big offensive line as he picks up some real good yardage right there. Then Barnard with a great run right here, running right at the camera as he gets the ball inside the 5-yard line. Barnard running the ball every play on this drive, and then it's Barnard again on the 4-yard touchdown run, running between tackles. Barnard with 3 touchdown runs on the night. He was the big offensive weapon for the Minutemen tonight. The big defensive weapon, well, right here, Andy Schneider with the big quarterback sack, blindsiding him, and then Elliott Sedgwick picks up the ball and runs in for the touchdown. Sedgwick with 2 fumble recoveries, both for touchdowns, 41-6. The Minutemen are still undefeated. They are 4-0. As for the Chenoa Redbirds, they were taking...
Director Jim Matson.
Hello, Heart of Illinois. Frantic Friday, Week 5. It's hard to believe, but the high school football season is half over after tonight. Our HOI game of the week, it's Richwoods versus Pekin. Conference undefeated and state-ranked Lexington hosting DMAC. Here's Lexington football on the ground. Nathan Barnard running behind the punishing blocking of Adam Miller. Picks up good yards. Then the pass. Mitch Tandy up top to Eric Bird for the touchdown. 21-7. Lexington is a winner. Ridgeview at Chenoa in a battle of state-ranked teams. The helicopter flying.
Dragons in our feature game this week. It's Knights and Dragons. Richwood's rolling the dice at Pekin. The Dragons devoured the obvious line, Pinhead. But he's a good Lexington fan. 7-0 Minutemen, second quarter. Jeremy Zier, the long, high TD pass to a wide-open Kyle Mallon. 7-7. Chiefs tie it up. Then the Chiefs go to the air again, but Lexington is there. Nathan Bernard tips it to Matt Tanny. Bernard gets it back for the interception. 4 plays later, it's Bernard again. Mitch Tanny, the coach's son, pitches out to Bernard. 15 yards. Lexington, a 21-7 win. The Minutemen are 5-0. Normal Community and Normal West, little problem.
High school football season, several teams going for a high 5. Several teams trying to go 5-0. Our HOI game of the week, Richwood's running attack versus Pekin's passing attack. The big game in the Middle Illini, Metamora at Dunlap. And in Normal, it's Normal Community versus Normal West. We've got highlights of all the big games, all the small school games. They're all coming right at you. Conference now, we check in with Jerry, who started his night with the state-ranked Minutemen of Lexington. Jerry?
Well, Jim, busy night in the Mid-State Conference. We broke out the helicopter tonight to check out all the highlights. Well, a big game, Lexington taking on DMAC, and DMAC's running game looking good right here. Joey Strokirch with the punishing run up the middle. Later on, it's Strokirch again, and again he gets some good yardage, but watch as Nathan Cotter gets a helmet on the ball. It pops free, and Cotter recovers the ball. Lexington takes over, and they would capitalize on the turnover. Nathan Barnard gets the ball on the pitch. Later on, it's Barnard again. He's the main ball carrier out of that Minutemen backfield. He gets some good yardage heading towards the sideline, heading towards our camera. And then it's a couple of brothers hooking up. Mitch Tanny to Matt Tanny. Kind of a unique situation right there. Brothers throwing to each other. And then it's Mitch on the keeper, and he picks up a first down. Then off the play action, they fake the dive, and Mitch airs it out to Eric Bird for the touchdown. Lexington's defense tough all night. They stuff the run right here. Cotter, Bird, and Matt Tanny all in on the play right there. Lexington, a big win tonight, 21-7. They beat the DMAC Chiefs. Just up the road, just up I-55, just up old Route 66. Shanoa take
lots of big rivalry games, including the HOI game of the week. It's Metamora lining up versus Washington. In Shanoa, one of the biggest small school rivalries in the state. Lexington's a winner tonight. Quarterback Mitch Tandy up top to Eric Bird for a first down. Then it's the reverse to Nathan Cotter. Some great running by Nathan Cotter. Lexington runs the record to 6-0. Minutemen win it. Look at the run. 20-0. Minutemen, the Route 9 rivalry. Tremont at DMAC. Both the Turks and Chiefs are thinking.
I came prepared. I just want everybody to know that the guy formerly ranked Shanoa, Tom McIntyre's alma mater, visiting number 3, Lexington. But like their 4A brethren from Metamora, the Minutemen proving to be the class of their class. It's 1A power Lexington, Don Tanny and his son Mitch, the quarterback. But it's the defense that steps up here against Shanoa. Chris Burge sacking Joe Lawyer. This game was tied 0-0 at the half. Third quarter, it's Burge with the ball, busting loose from the pile and going 20 yards. A great second effort by Burge. That sets him up at the 20. 5 plays later, it's Nathan Barnard from inside the 10. Lexington goes on to the shutout win, 20-0 over Shanoa. Sorry, Mac. And just up the road.
Now here's Jeff Matson.
It's week 6. That's rivalry week in the heart of Illinois. Talk about rivalries. It does not get any bigger than Metamora versus Washington in the middle night. That's our HOI game of the week. You want rivalries? How about Lexington and Shanoa and DMAC and Tremont in the Mid-State Conference? A couple of big games in the Corn Belt Conference. Pontiac trying to stay undefeated. We've got all your big school, all your small school highlights. They're all coming right at you. Hello, Heart of Illinois. Welcome to HOI Football Rewind. 30 minutes all high school football. Week 6, one of the best weeks of the year. Some big rivalry games, and we start with the biggest. It's undefeated Washington than Lexington versus Shanoa. That's where we start our Mid-State Conference highlights. When the boys in purple and the Redbirds of Shanoa get together, they're all fired up. Indeed, that was the case tonight. Nathan Barnard with a nice run, nice tackle by Nick Fight of Shanoa. Lots of hard hitting, lots of sore bodies tomorrow, I bet, in this game. Barnard again with a nice run right here. Barnard gaining good yards. Shanoa, though, did a pretty good job on defense. We're going to show you a nice tackle coming up here by Jeremy Wicker of Shanoa. Stands up the ball carrier and throws him down. A little later, some good hitting again. It's going to be Josh Lane with some help from Wicker and some other Redbirds in on the tackle right here of Barnard. Lexington, though, made enough big plays. Quarterback Mitch Tanny throwing to his brother, Matt Tanny, right here. Mitch to Matt. Then on defense, watch Adam Miller and Elliott Sedgwick. The nice play is the Lexington defense is really the star of the game. They pitched a shutout, and the Lexington offense made enough plays. Mitch Tanny up top to Eric Bird. Nice catch by Bird going down to come up with the ball. Then watch a nice reverse ride here. It's going to be Nathan Cotter on the reverse. Great run by Cotter, and he's going to wind up all fired up after this run. Lexington wins the ball game 20-0. Great run by Cotter. Great win for Don Tanny and the Minutemen. 20-0 Lexington.
Athlete of the Week award. Thanks to all the viewer nominations. Here's who you, the viewers, will be voting for. Finalist number 1 is from Peoria Manual, Dorian Taylor, 200-plus yards rushing, 3 TDs. Our second finalist is from Prairie Central, another Taylor, Russell Taylor, 286 yards rushing and a couple of Hawk touchdowns. He's our second finalist. And our third finalist, another running back, not another Taylor though, Nathan Barnard of Lexington, 200-plus yards rushing. He had a couple of touchdowns. There, once again, are your 3 finalists, Dorian Taylor, Russell Taylor, and Nathan Barnard. You can vote by dialing 698-1950. Got about 15 minutes after this newscast to give us a call. Time now for our...
Struggles continue in the playoffs. Sports with Jim Matson, 2 minutes away.
Now, HOI Sports with Sports Director Jim Matson.
Hello, Heart of Illinois. The Chicago White Sox hoping to strike back today.
They beat themselves.
The Cardinals won home field advantage over the Braves on the final day of the season. It took them 162 games to earn home field advantage. Now they've got to keep home field advantage on Thursday.
This crowd's been juiced all year, so I can imagine just here for the playoffs, this place is going to be incredible. So it's definitely in our favor. Home field advantage doesn't mean anything if you don't win, so we got to take care of business.
The Cards expect the Braves to play better tomorrow, but the Cards know they better win in front of their home fans. To golf today, regional championship for the normal Wednesday night. Tonight we show off the best soccer highlights of the week. It's time right now for the Watch Dunlap's Chris Brown of the week. Time now to name our WHOI athlete of the week. Tonight we feature a football player, a Lexington Minutemen star, a Minutemen star who stars in all 48 minutes of a high school game.
Lexington's Nathan Barnard is a blue-collar running back. He won't dazzle you with fancy moves or electrifying speed, but he will run right over you. Last Friday night, Nathan ran over Chenoa, gaining over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I think I see the field pretty well, and I really like to finish off the run and get a few extra yards. Pretty excited about the season. I feel like I've done pretty well, and the team's done real well, and we've gotten off to a great start this season.
Nathan is a standout for the Minutemen, playing all 48 minutes on offense and defense, but more than that, he's a standout every day at practice. He has an unbelievable work ethic.
You know what you're going to get every day, every practice, every game, every snap, and that's everything he's got.
My family just is football fanatics. My whole family loves it, and they encourage me quite a bit, and it feels good.
He's a do-it-all player on offense and defense. Tonight, Lexington's Nathan Barnard, our HOI Athlete of the Week.
Time now for the Heartstopper of the night. After the Athlete of the Week, we feature the Fan of the Week. Hello, Heart of 14. Farmington hosting Oregon. Tonight, Coach Tanney's got to like this play because it's his 2 boys, Mitch Tanney to Matt Tanney for the nice first down. Way to go, Tanney connection. Then watch this run by Chris Burge. Hit hard right here. Bounces off the tackler, and look at him go. Lexington wins it tonight, 26-0 Minutemen. The Chenoa Redbirds get back on the winning track tonight. Chenoa a winner over Hayward.
Football rewind. Now here's Jim Matson.
It's football weather on a Friday night. We'll bundle up and show you all the highlights in the next 30 minutes. It's not just Frantic Friday, it's Fantastic Friday, Championship Friday, as conference champions are crowned in the Middle Illini Conference, the Corn Belt Conference, and the Prairie Land. It's one of the biggest Fridays of the year. You stay warm at home. We'll show you all the highlights from all over the heart of Illinois. They're coming right at you in the next 30 minutes. Hello, Heart of Illinois.
Very almost happy with the initial hit.
Tremont, I was at that game tonight. My first chance to take a look at the state-ranked Minutemen in person. That's where we begin our mid-state highlights with 6-0 Lexington at Tremont.
We start our highlights with quarterback Joel Brown for Tremont, running hard right here. Good tough run by Joel Brown. He is one tough football player. Then it's quarterback Joel Brown up top to Rob Williams for the one-handed catch. Look at that. There's one hand up there and comes down with the football. Nice play. But the story of this game was the Lexington defense. Philip McCardle and Jeff Nichols in on the stop right here. A whole host of Minutemen in on the stop. And then it's going to be our HOI Athlete of the Week, Nathan Barnard. He does it on offense, does it on defense. Great play by Nathan. Throwing down the ball carrier, the tackle for a loss, a TFL for Nathan. Then on defense again, watches Tremont tries to get to the outside, but Eric Bird showing his speed on the contained. Great play by Eric, running the ball carrier out of bounds for no gain. 4th down, Tremont's going for it, but Elliott Sedgwick's going to come up with the quarterback sack. McCardle's in on the sack. A whole bunch of Minutemen in on the sack. Great play by the Lexington defense. They pitch a shutout tonight. Meanwhile, on offense, here's our HOI Athlete of the Week, Nathan Barnard, running right behind a block. John Powell picks up about 6. Then quarterback Coach Don Tanney tells his son, Mitch Tanney, hey, look to the air for another son, Matt Tanney. It's Mitch Tanney to Matt Tanney. Nice play action fake by Mitch. Then he finds Matt Tanney for a nice first down gain. And the play of the game for Lexington, Chris Burge. Watch Burge gets hit hard right here. Bounces off like nothing. And look at him go down the sidelines. What a run by Burge, the sophomore. Lexington runs their record to 7-0. The Minutemen all fired up tonight. They're winners in this ballgame, 26-0. Let's check in. Here's a good look at Chad Evans on the...
Wow!
Losing in the 4th quarter tonight versus Ridgeview. Here's the play of the game. 4th down. It's the halfback pass. Another trick. Nathan Barnard to Chris Coffey for the game-winning touchdown. How about Coach Don Tanney with a trick play on 4th down in the 4th quarter? Nathan Barnard gets the 2-point conversion. The final score 14-8. Lexington survives. D-Mac at Hayworth, and these highlights just in the
are allowed on defense.
That's right. Sticks and stones, anyway. Hurt. They do, as a matter of fact. This game did not disappoint tonight. The Rockets' red glare doesn't refer to the national anthem or the fireworks at Limestone tonight. The live truck, their game with Ridgeview might have been in the feature spotlight tonight. The top 2 teams in the Mid-State Conference, also 2 of the top 1A teams in Illinois. Lexington ranked 3rd, Ridgeview ranked 10th. Second quarter, 6-0 Lexington. Kyle Daniels howls at the moon. And this pass jumps over the moon. Derek Norton the catch for 9 yards. Game tied at 6. The Mustangs go for 2. Chase Simpson in for the 2-point conversion. The Minutemen win it, however, on a late TD, 14-8. Lexington is 8-0. Another team trying to stay perfect, North Fulton. Young man,
Tonight's Friday the 13th. Yeah, Friday the 13th meets Frantic Friday. Would it bring luck or would it bring bad luck for your high school football team? We'll have all the answers in the next 30 minutes as we have all the high school football highlights. They're all coming right at you. Sit back and enjoy Week 8 of the high school football season coming at you on the Mid-State Conference, and the Lexington Minutemen trying to go 8-0 tonight. Lexington hosting Ridgeview. Ridgeview is state ranked. So's Lexington, a great matchup. Let's check out the Minutemen. We pick up the action in the 4th quarter. Lexington's trailing this game 8-6. They get a good gain right here by Eric Bird. Bird running hard, picks up a first down. Then it's quarterback Mitch Tanny on the center screen to Nathan Barnard. Set it up well. Throws the ball. Barnard picks up good yards. But with 5 minutes to go, it's 4th and 7. Coach Don Tanny calls the play of the night. They're trailing 8-6. It's the halfback option on 4th and 7. They're going to pitch the ball to Nathan Barnard. Barnard's going to throw it to Chris Coffey for a touchdown. Coffey gets into the end zone. A late hit after the touchdown. And what a play call. 4th and 7, unbelievable. And then with the ball on the 1-yard line after the penalty, they get the 2-point conversion. Nathan Barnard scores to make it 14-8, and that's going to be your final score. The Lexington defense holds on. They try a trick play right here. Ridgeview does the reverse, but Barnard and Andy Schneider in on the tackle. Then Eric Bird is going to seal the deal with the interception. What a play call by Coach Tanny. On 4th and 7, they get the halfback option for a touchdown. Bird the interception. Lexington the win. 14-8 Minutemen. Let's check out Chenoa and Tremont, both teams needing a win tonight. Champions. It's Metamora. Lexington Minutemen wrap up a 9-0 season. They are way too much for Hayworth tonight. It's Mitch Tanny, the 37-yard touchdown pass to his brother Matt Tanny. Nice play right there by the Tanny boys. Later, Nathan Barnard will dive into the end zone. Lexington wins it 41-7. Tremont at Ridgeview. We fly.
Tanny and the Minutemen trying to go 9-0 as they visit Hayworth. First quarter, his son Mitch to his other son Matt. The Tanny brothers, the Tanny tandem, if you will. 37 yards, 8-0 Lexington. Go to the Ford and hang a right. That's that play. And then it's Nathan Barnard, the 1-yard run. Lexington, a 41-7 winner at Hayworth to finish a perfect regular season. Now to the break. It's the final night of the regular season, but forget regular. Tonight, an extraordinary night of high school football. Some terrific matchups. How about Richwoods versus Metamora? A clash of conference champs. A couple other big Middle-Illini Mid-State 6 showdowns, including Washington at Pekin. And Pontiac looks to go 9-0. The Indians visit Morton tonight. Some big games in the Mid-State Conference, the Prairie Land Conference. We've got all the highlights. They're all coming at you. Did your team get the big win to get in the playoffs? You'll find out in the next 30 minutes. Hello, Heart of Illinois. Welcome to the final week of the regular season, the final regular season edition of HOI Football Rewind. In the next 30 minutes, we'll get you all the highlights from a busy, busy Friday night as we get you ready for Saturday playoff pairing day. We're going to start with a couple of teams that are going to the playoffs. Our HOI game of the week, Lexington looking for their 9th straight win, looking to go 9-0 tonight at Hayworth.
Respect for others and display good sportsmanship.
Don Tanny's Minutemen indeed trying to go 9-0 at Hayworth. They've been calling this guy's number all year. Nathan Barnard, the nice run, a 17-yard gain by Barnard here. Running hard, gets some nice downfield blocking as well. Those boys up front doing the job. Nichols, Miller, all those guys. Later, Chris Bird's just a sophomore running hard, gains about 9 or 10 yards. Then on 3rd and 11, watch Mitch Tanny. He's going to hook up with his brother Matt Tanny. Mitch Tanny to Matt Tanny. Mom and Dad will be playing that highlight a few times through the years. The Tannys hook up for the touchdown from 37 yards. Way to go right there, Mitch and Matt. for the score. And Coach Don Tanny says, hey, let's go for two. Why not? And they will go for two. They're going to go to Nathan Barnard, and Barnard's going to crash into the end zone for the touchdown right here. Hey, the Lexington defense has done the job all year. We're going to show you a play right here by the Minutemen defense. All kinds of Minutemen are going to be in on the tackle, led by Adam Miller and Chris Burge right here. Minutemen defense shutting down Hayworth. A lot of Minutemen in on the tackle. Then Minutemen's going to recover a fumble. Chris Coffey's going to fall on the fumble right here as the ball carrier doesn't know what to do against the defense. He fumbles the ball. I think that's Elliott Sedgwick causing the fumble. Coffey picks it up. Lexington wins the game 41-7. They're 9-0. We fly into the...
It's tournament time. The state football tournament kicks off tonight. It's a perfect 10 as far as weather, and Lexington, North Fulton, Bloomington, and Pontiac try to go a perfect 10-0. Winners move on. Losers' season comes to an end. It's that time of year, playoff time. Hello, Heart of Illinois. Welcome to HOI Sports Rewind, the football playoff edition. We've got highlights of 9 playoff football games on the road. Fulton both trying to go 10-0. Our Jerry Warfield will have North Fulton highlights in a bit, but we're going to start with the Lexington Minutemen. We have the helicopter up and flying. Its first stop tonight is Lexington. And as we fly into Lexington, as always, a big crowd cheering on the Minutemen, some of them from their cars, lining the field to watch this one. Boy, they went home happy because Lexington dominates this game against the South Piatt team that gave them fits a couple of years ago in the playoffs. Lexington won that game by just 1 point. Tonight it's quarterback Mitch Tanny up top to Nathan Cotter. Cotter has had such a great year. He's the quarterback last year, accepting his role and starring as a wide receiver and on defense this year. Nice run by Cotter, sprinting down to about the 10-yard line. From there, it's Nathan Barnard running behind Adam Miller. Elliott Sedgwick, he pounds to the 2. Then Barnard will run it into the end zone. Jeff Nichols is center. He's going to run right behind Nichols into the end zone for the touchdown from 3 yards out. Lexington in complete control of this game. Their defense was terrific as well. Andy Snyder and the boys up front celebrating that touchdown. Here it's going to be Justin Anderson and Adam Miller in on the tackle. And then some pass defense. It's going to be Adam Miller and Chris Coffey. Miller's everywhere, breaking up this pass. Miller and Coffey on the nice play. That'll set up the punt. And on the punt, Eric Bird's going to get the ball at the 45-yard line. Give him credit. He breaks one tackle right here, but then give the other 10 guys credit because they do the rest. They form a picket group down the sideline. He takes it all the way untouched after that for the touchdown. Boy, the Minutemen in complete control, doing everything well. Their defense came up with 3 big turnovers in the first half and did some great job in the second half as well. Here on the reverse, watch Chris Burge and Eric Bird not fooled. They come up with the tackle. Bird the initial hit, Burge finishes him off. And then it's going to be Elliott Sedgwick and Burge in on another tackle right here. Then more Minutemen defense. Matt Tanny's going to come flying in for the tackle. Nice shoestring tackle there by Tanny. There's Cotter and Coffey in on the tackle as well. More defense. Watch Philip McCardle almost comes up with a big tackle for a loss, but he blows up this play right here. Hits the ball carrier, then comes the rest of the pursuit. Philip probably not too happy he missed the tackle, but he made the big play on that. Gets a lot of help after that. Then watch this play by Eric Bird. Watch the speed of Bird just taking on the ball carrier and runs him out of bounds. Great play by Eric Bird. Then the second string offense going to get in the Highlands. I believe this is a freshman, Evan McNamara, running hard right here. Keep an eye on Evan the next couple, 3 years. And hey, if it's playoff time in Lexington, it's time for the haircuts and a message on the sideline for Mom. Yeah, hi, Mom. The Minutemen, they can be all smiles, even smiles on their haircuts. Lexington a winner tonight, 41-8. Way to go, Minutemen. Let's check out Ridgeview now, taking on Stark County.
Sports with Jerry Warfield.
Hello, Heart of Illinois. Lincoln at Lincoln Way, Abingdon at Cambridge, and the big game tonight, Washington. As our Jim Matson reports, the good news in Lexington, the Minutemen will be wearing their helmets tomorrow.
The Lexington Minutemen captains, a good-looking bunch of guys, until they take their helmets off. Then one of the ugliest playoff traditions comes to life. Every year at playoff time, the Minutemen go to the barber.
Not only a coach, but a father. What do you think of the haircuts?
They're really ugly, but the kids are having a lot of fun with them, and they should be having a lot of fun this time of year.
We look forward to as seniors because we get to pick the freshmen out that we want, and we get to do the freshman's haircut, and it's something we've always seen. It's something that's fun, you know.
It's appropriate that it's Halloween week because you guys look pretty scary, but this is just playoff football in Lexington?
Yeah, the best part's picking out the freshmen, giving them the best haircuts, making them look like Halloween.
I think everybody, when they go home, their parents have for the first time. It kind of scares them a little bit. Yeah, but it's part of the tradition here. It's just part of it.
Not all the haircuts are so ugly. One is actually kind of happy.
You got a nice smiley face there. How come?
Well, I'm always smiling when I'm playing, so figured I'd have one on the back of my head, too.
It's part of Lexington's playoff tradition to do their hair up right, and makes you kind of wonder, though, what do their girlfriends, what do their moms think? In the case of Nathan Barnard, his girlfriend did this right here for him.
She was the one who did it, so I'm sure she didn't have a problem with it, and it's just a lot of fun.
What does your girlfriend think of your hair?
Well, I don't have one right now, but...
Is it because of your hair, or...?
Could be. I don't know. Most likely.
The Minutemen want to keep on winning in the playoffs because once the playoffs end, the helmets come off for good, and the ugly haircuts are always on display. Jim Matson, WHOI Sports.
Thanks, Jim. Time now for Did You See That? A look back at a highlight by the coach. Suit him up. That's Did You See That? Time now for today's Jim Dandy. Today we honor a team that's pulled off upset after upset.
Dogs out. The Minutemen playing Girard and Matt Tanney. It's very nice. Dogs the quarterback. He intercepts and returns it for a touchdown. You're barking up the wrong tree, Edgar. Ties the game at 7. Lexington takes the lead for keeps in the second quarter. Chris Burge. And Lexington moves into the quarterfinal round 20-14. At El Paso, the Comets hosting East Dubuque.
Team at Lexington, the Minutemen and Girard. Mitch Tanney pitches to Nathan Barnard around the right side. That's a 17-yard pickup for the all-conference star. And once they get inside the 5, it's Barnard again. He gets the call. He goes up the middle into the end zone. Lexington still perfect on the season after a 20-14 win. The rest of the news is not very good for our local teams.
Hello, Heart of Illinois. We'll get to your football highlights in just a bit. But first, today's state Brereton 1A playoffs in Lexington. The Minutemen hosting Girard. Game tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. Mitch Tanney, the 31-yard pass to Nathan Cotter. That set up the touchdown. Tanney, the game-winning TD on the quarterback sneak. Lexington wins 20-14. At El Paso, the Comets hosting number 7 seed East Dubuque.
Normal West stretching the play out. That's a 17-yard gain. And Barnard then gets the call from the 5. Up the gut into the end zone. Lexington moves into round 3 with a 20-14 win. Here's the rest of your scores, and it's not good for the local teams. El Paso is out after losing to East.
Bill Lewistown hopping gets into the end zone, and he's all fired up. Lewistown will get the 2-point conversion when Daniel Hopping will roll out and find Zane Gray for the score. Those are your 8 points for Lewistown, but Carthage scored 62. Carthage ends Lewistown's season. Time for a break. When we come back, out some great 1A playoff action today, including the Lexington Minutemen with a big challenge. Lexington hosting a very big team in Girard. Let's check in with our Jerry Warfield right now.
Well, Jim, I checked out a couple of 1A playoff games. We'll begin our highlights in Lexington. Let's check out all the action.
Give him something to work with right off the bat. He's going to put it down on about the 5-yard line. Give him something to work with. Let's put together a drive right off the bat. Let's go! It's a long way from me and over. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, this game was far from over. 14-7 Minutemen at the half. Nathan Barnard looking good today. He picks up 6 yards and a Lexington first down. Then nearly the same play right here. Barnard with a 9-yard gain. That came on 3rd and 10. He picks up 9. And then on 4th down and 1, Barnard picks up the first down, going straight ahead and just picking up the first down. Both Barnard and Eric Bird looking well out of the backfield. Bird with the 8-yard gain on the sweep right here. Then it's Barnard leaping over a defender to pick up 5 yards. Barnard getting some great blocking on this play and really all day long from Chris Coffey, Nathan Cotter, and Chris Burge. Lexington grinding out a long drive. They drove deep into Girard territory, but right here, Mitch Tanney's pass is picked off in the end zone. Now, Girard took over, but so did the Minutemen defense. Barnard with the tackle for a loss on the sweep right here. A couple of yard loss on a nice tackle by Nathan Barnard. Lexington again gets the ball back on the first play of the fourth quarter. On the reverse, the ball carrier puts the pass up, and Mitch Tanny picks it off. Mitch getting a little revenge. He had a couple of picks today, one for a touchdown in the first half, and that one right here. But the Minutemen going in reverse on the ensuing drive. They were backed up to their own goal line, and it was 3 and out for the Minutemen. Girard capitalized on the good field position after the punt. They score on the 41-yard touchdown run right here. The nice run by Girard's Ryan Holliday. That tied the game up at 14, but Lexington wasn't done yet. They marched right down the field to score. Barnard, the 9-yard run right here. The big play on this drive, Mitch Tanny, the pass. He puts it up for Nathan Cotter. 31 yards on this pass play. That got him all the way down to the Girard 24-yard line, and that set up the touchdown. The 6-inch sneak by Mitch Tanny right up the middle. That gave him a 20-14 lead. The 2-point conversion failed, so the defense big with 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Yeah, the defense did come up big. Nathan Cotter, the interception right here. Now, Girard got one final shot at the victory, but the Minutemen stand tall. With 10 seconds left in the game, Girard completes the pass, but time expires on the play, and the Minutemen survive 20-14. After the game, I talked with one of the heroes of the game, Mitch Tanny.
Well, it was a close game. We knew we had to step it up. Girard's a good ball club. We have to give them all the credit in the world. We just played our hearts out today, and we're moving on. It's an important thing.
Tell me, it's got to feel great to head on to the third round, but still a lot of work to do. You guys have big goals.
Feels real good, actually. We got to go back to work on Monday, see who we're playing. We're probably on the road, so find out Monday.
Congratulations to Lexington. 20-14 winners over Girard. They now move on to face Northwestern La Harpe. Also in the Mid-State Conference, El Paso hosting East Dubuque. El Paso upset.
Now, HOI Sports with Sports Director Jim Mattson.
Hello, Heart of Illinois. Tomorrow, the undefeated Lexington Minutemen go on the road. The Minutemen also go on an upset mission tomorrow.
The Lexington Minutemen face a rare challenge tomorrow. The Minutemen will actually be underdogs at Scioto Northwestern.
We look at that as a major challenge. You know, if we get past these guys, we got something special here.
You guys have a quiet confidence going in there?
Yeah, I think we have a solid team, and we're going to put up a fight.
It's hard to believe, but the Minutemen will actually be underdogs this Saturday. Sure, Lexington is 11-0, but they're going to Northwestern La Harpe, the #1 ranked team in the state in Class 1A.
They're the 1A team that everybody's talked about all year long after their win in Carthage the 4th week, and certainly the most athletic team that we've played.
We have to play pretty much a perfect game, but if we do it, I think it could be ours. We hope if we play Minutemen football, it'll turn out our way.
The Minutemen goal tomorrow is simple: play Lexington football, and they think they'll play another week in the playoffs.
We'll hear more from Lexington as well as Metamora and Pontiac tonight on HOI News at 10. And don't forget, tomorrow it's HOI Sports Rewind, all your high school football.
Sports with Sports Director Jim Mattson.
Hello, Lexington Minutemen face the state's top-ranked team tomorrow, the Minutemen at La Harpe Northwestern. The Minutemen have met every challenge this year. They get a big challenge tomorrow.
We've got good kids, but we've got kids that have worked awfully hard, too, to get themselves in the position we're in right now. And now it's time to take the next step.
Good luck to all the Minutemen. All the highlights tomorrow on HOI News. Just like Lexington, Pontiac heads on the road tomorrow. The Indians at
1A football, undefeated Lexington at undefeated Northwestern La Harpe. The Minutemen looking to go 12-0 today. The Minutemen get the pass right here. Mitch Tanny to his brother, Matt Tanny, for the good gain. Later on, Mitch, the quarterback, sneak for the Lexington touchdown, but top-ranked Northwestern La Harpe ends Lexington's great season. Josh Myers, the touchdown run, 35-7, Northwestern La Harpe. And don't forget, HOI Sports Rewind late tonight. It's 30 minutes of all